I am excited and nervous to be sharing a few words on this week's Parsha, Parshas Terumah. This Parsha is named for the donations that were given by Bnei Israel in order to build the Mishkan, the portable temple. Parshas Terumah begins with, Daber el Bnei Israel v'yichu li Terumah me'et kol ish asher yidvenu libo tichu et Terumati. Speak to Bnei Israel and take for me a portion. From every person of the motivation of his heart, you should take my portion. It's interesting to envision what must have been like at the time when Hashem requested these donations. Hashem asked this of the same generation that experienced slavery and whose parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents had experienced slavery. The same generation that witnessed the miracles of the Exodus and the even greater miracle of the splitting of the sea. And the same generation that experienced the revelation of God's presence on Har Sinai. Hashem asked this generation to donate for the establishment of a grand building made of gold, silver, and copper, and all manners of elaborate items. Would this generation now want to give everything they just acquired back to God? Or would they be scared to lose everything they had just received without knowing if and when they would have the opportunity in the future to acquire more? This may help us understand the perplexing wording that is used in our pasuk. Hashem doesn't ask the Jewish people to give. That wording would have been ten leave, give to me. But instead our parsha says yitchu li, take for me. This reminds me of when David and I approach people on Simchat Torah and try to collect tzedakah for our shul for Yayin Vener. Each year we try to reach out to as many individuals as possible, not just families, not just members, but everyone, and ask them to participate in this amazing tzedakah opportunity. Yayin Vener is literally about supporting the needs of the shul, and the bracha you receive every Shabbos is literally a blessing for those who support the needs of the community. But how do we best fundraise? When addressing people, do we say, give us money? Do we tell people that they owe it to the community? That they are required to support the shul? Or do we take a different approach? The Malbim explains that the reading of the middle part of the pasuk is critical to understanding what Hashem wanted. That if Hashem would have told the Jewish people to give instead of to take, then people wouldn't have been able to do it with the motivation of their heart, because then it would have seemed like a demand, something that they owed. But by asking people to find their own motivation based on the gratitude they had for everything Hashem had done for them and everything He provided for them, then now they could give freely based on how they felt. Asking someone to give implies a demand that they have something they can do without and the ability to fulfill your request. However, if you approach from a different perspective, the perspective of opportunity and the perspective of gratitude, then people will find their own motivation and will take from what they have and share with those who need. So next year, when we come collecting and asking for you to join the Community Coalition for Yayin Vener, I hope you remember that we aren't demanding of you. We're not telling you to give, but rather we are hoping that you will take from what you have based on the motivation of your heart and help continue to support our shul and our community. Thank you and have a great Shabbos.